Hello and welcome to Abby's Coaching House, your home of transformation. My name is Coach Blessed Abby. I am a certified life coach. I am a mother and a wife, and I love doing all this because they make me feel like I'm contributing positively to the society, and they just fulfill my life. So I love coaching because coaching helped me to transform from a person who had a terribly defeated mindset to a person who feels empowered and feels ready for life. And so I thought, let me also be a contributor to this space where you just see people transformed. And for me, one person who transforms into a better version of themselves gives me so much fulfillment. So we are here on a 40-day gratitude challenge. Today is day 4. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for those who are joining us and subscribing to the channel. You are so much welcome. I have loved reading your comments, just seeing people say I'm enjoying this, I'm loving this. And one person just called me to say, Abby, thank you so much for this. He said that on day 1, he kept writing and wrote 3 full pages of things they were grateful for. And then he began wondering, why have I been complaining? I have so much to be grateful for. So I hope that is the experience for each and every one of us, that we are enjoying doing this. I said that gratitude for me didn't come naturally. I wasn't a grateful person before. I am this person with a very photographic mind. Things that happen to me, they are stored as pictures in my mind. And I'm this person who can just sit down and picture, a child falling from the roof and get scared. But then I have been working on that, transforming that, and gratitude has been one game changer. Just feeling grateful and being grateful for where I am, for what I have and what I do. And life is like a movie. Each of us is a director in our personal life movies. We can choose to be the directors who direct our movies to be movies of gratitude or movies of complaining. I remember when we were young and we would watch maybe a TV series and somebody would die and we would be so mad for the person dying, and then my mom would say, you people write your own movies, because the person who wrote that one, who wrote the story, chose that that person should die at this moment, and we'd be like, that person is so bad. But are we not the bad people in our own life movies? We keep killing the positive things in our lives. So as you direct your movie, as you write your story, as you write your book, because I have said before, life is like a book. Every day we write a chapter, a page, and add to the story of our lives. Sometimes it's painful, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's joyous. But the meaning we give to everything that happens in our lives every day is very important. And for me, I choose to give it the meaning of gratitude. Just the other day, I was walking in town. I went into an ATM. And as I went there, I met this person who offered to help. Unfortunately, I think I was not, present at the moment. So I accepted the help, something you should never do, because I realized there are people who are there to help but also to steal. So he stole some money from me, took off with my ATM and did whatever they did and took off with some money. But then I didn't realize at the moment. I realized when I got home that my ATM had been switched and some money had actually been withdrawn from my account. But then what was mind-blowing for me is that, unlike the me that was there before, the me that would have complained, the me that would have been so angry at myself, at God, I was able to be grateful. I was able to be grateful that one, I discovered on time, and two, that my life was spared, because how many people are killed, their ATM taken, and all the money goes. But my life was spared. So even as I called my family and told them something has happened, and I wasn't so depressed, they were wondering, how can you tell us that story and you don't seem depressed? And I said, no, I think I have so much to be grateful for. So that is what a lifestyle of gratitude does. When you give your brain a command, your brain looks for evidence to show you that what you're saying is true. So if every morning you wake up and find reasons to complain, every moment of your day, your brain will look for evidence to bring to you that you actually are right to complain and you should be complaining. But when you wake up in the morning and give your mind a command to be grateful, your mind goes around looking for evidence to show you that you're right, you should be grateful. So why not give your brain the right commands that we are grateful and that we have so much to be grateful for. So gratitude is a great emotion. Gratitude can help you overcome many negativities in your life, but there is so much that can hinder us from being grateful. So let's highlight them today and see, so that we are aware, so that we are able to catch ourselves and tell ourselves, no, I am not going that direction. So I have listed a few hindrances to us being grateful. They may not be exhaustive, but they can help us just to be aware. Number one is the feeling of entitlement. And this is common, that we feel like we are entitled to whatever we have. We are entitled to our breath, we are entitled to the clothes on our body, to the food on our table. And have you ever felt like you support somebody and you give them money and they don't say thank you? Or they say after 2 days, that's when they come and say, oh, I saw the money, thank you. And you begin wondering, oh, did you really need the money? That's a feeling of entitlement. And so even as we bring up children, we have to train them to know that they are not entitled. Everything in their lives is a blessing. So when we see things from the lens of them being a blessing, then we find reasons to be grateful. But when we feel that we are entitled, we don't find reasons to be grateful. Number two is loss and trauma. Sometimes when you've gone through loss or pain, the feelings of pain and trauma can really overshadow anything positive in your life. And you can feel like it's so hard to be grateful. But let me encourage you, like we've said, life is a book, life is a movie, life is a chapter. One day, you will get to a point where you will appreciate the things that are happening in your life right now. So, choose to look for the silver in the mud. Choose to look for what the best that you can get out of every situation that you're in, and you will find a reason to be grateful. At this point, I say be patient with yourself. If you can't find the reason to be grateful, be patient with yourself. I am not judging you. I'm just telling you that you can do nothing about the loss, but you can do something about how you feel and the lessons and what you pick from the loss. Number three is comparison. Many people spend their lives comparing themselves to other people, and that brings the feelings of inadequacy, the feelings of envy, feelings of jealousy, and does not really encourage you to feel grateful. So as you compare yourself to other people and feeling inadequate, why would you choose to live a life where you make other people the measure of what you should be? I keep saying that it's important, yes, to look at other people. They can inspire you. But for me, I choose to compare myself to the version I was yesterday and compete with that, because then that inspires me to do better. Because if you compare yourself to a person who is doing less than you tend to tell yourself that I'm doing better than so and so you slack into comfort zone. But if you also compare yourself to people who are doing better and not in a positive way, it can hinder you from being grateful. And number 4 is materialism. Too much focus on things you want in life, and you feel like you don't have enough, or you have to have a certain level of a material wealth for you to be grateful. You feel like what you have is not enough, and you keep waiting. It's until I have a car of this make, it's until I have a house of this design for me to be grateful. But what about what you have now? I imagine that what you have now, you didn't have yesterday. Maybe yesterday it was something you prayed for, but today you have it, but you don't see it. So it's important to, even as we long for more, it's okay to long for more, but even as we long for more, let's be grateful for what we have now. Number 5 is stress and anxiety. Feelings of stress, when we are so anxious, it's very hard for us to feel grateful. You feel like it overshadows everything that is going on in your mind. So it's important to regulate our stress, because sometimes stress comes, things happen, things that are negative, things that are unexpected, and you can do little about them. But when you work intentionally on finding the solutions and just finding, like I said, the silver in the mud, you will find reasons to be grateful. The other thing is negative thinking. Oh, I was that kind of person. When I talk of transformation, guys, I have undergone transformation. I was lost in negative thinking. I would just sit down and draw movies and pictures of negative things in my life. And so when I say I have undergone transformation, it's a real one. Negative thinking can make us see life from a pessimistic point of view. The glass half empty point of view, where it's never full, it's never enough. Unless you're able to look at life from the glass half full perspective, it's very hard to be grateful. So curb the negative thinking and enhance more of positive thinking for you to find reasons to be grateful. The other thing is lack of mindfulness. Most people live either in the past or in the future. They don't live in their now. They are not so focused on what happened in the past. Remember, the past, whether good or bad, is the enemy of now. It's also the enemy of your future. If you keep celebrating the past, saying, I did this, I did that, or you keep mourning the past. There are people you sit with and all they tell you is the terrible things that happened in their past. Memories of the worst thing that happened. And they don't work to move from that. So it's important to be mindful of now. Be mindful of the things that are happening around you, within you. And that will just enhance the feelings of gratitude. It will enable you to feel grateful, because you are able to be grateful for beautiful sun rays, like the ones you can see behind me. You just feel that everything around you is a blessing. So count your blessings around where you are, and not just focus on things you don't have. Be mindful, be present every moment, be very present. I read a book titled The Power of Now, and that book encouraged me to focus on what I have at the moment, because sometimes we don't focus on that. So remember to be present at every moment. The other thing is lack of awareness. Maybe it's the first time you're hearing of gratitude. I was there. I had never heard of, I knew yes, thank you, but I had never, known as gratitude as a point of focus, something I should intentionally focus on. So it's very important that we are here in this challenge, because now this is creating awareness, and that's why I'm saying share it with many people. Let's make people aware of gratitude, because it's a game changer, it's a life changer, it's a lifesaver. Let's spread this word. Let's get more people participating in this challenge. And the last thing I will say is busyness. Life is busy. Many people you talk to, they will tell you, I have been so busy. And sometimes being busy keeps us from focusing on the blessings that are happening in our lives. We are so busy. Have you ever been, had an issue and then you realize like several days later that it was actually solved, and you wonder, so this thing actually got solved, because you've been too busy to focus on that. So we need to be intentional. We can be too busy, but when we make gratitude a priority, we will create time for it. So let's create time in our busy schedules. I have said that for me, I like doing it in the morning, first thing in the morning, because it sets my pace for the day, sets me going on positive energy, sets my mind knowing that I am grateful. And so when I get out of my gate to go somewhere, I am already charged to be grateful. So when I get out there, I have lesser reasons to be complaining and more reasons to be grateful. So even as busy as we are, let's set time to be grateful. So now we know the hindrances, the things that can keep us from being grateful. So now that we are aware, catch yourself. When you find yourself held in all these things, catch yourself and bring yourself back to order and tell yourself, no, I am not going that direction. And as I said, the benefits of this is that we want to enhance the feelings of happiness in our life. We want to enhance our relationships, because when you're grateful, the relationships that you have become better and better. And we want to work on reducing stress and anxiety. How then do you overcome these challenges or these hindrances, things that can hinder you from being grateful? Because by now you know that gratitude is very important to your life, but then these things can keep you from being grateful. Number one, practice mindfulness. Practice being present at every moment. Some of us, even eating, we are not present. You eat and you don't even know the taste, the real taste of your food, because you're eating and you're on phone or your mind is elsewhere. Today, practice just eating calmly. Enjoy the food. Get the real taste of the food, and you realize that you will be grateful. And practice that in every other area of your life. And to be intentional on changing your perspective. What happens in our lives is not as important as how we perceive it. Perception is very important. So something can happen to you or in your life, but the meaning you give to it is what really matters. So choose to give it a meaning of gratitude. Number 3, I believe we are all doing this now. We are practicing journaling. Journal your gratitude affirmations. Write them every day, even the simplest. Remember, we are looking for the greenness in our lives. We are looking for the gold in the mud, the silver in the mud. So practice journaling. And if you're finding this to be, what my mother used to call Greek, she used to say, anything that you're not understanding, she used to say, are you finding this to be Greek to you? If you're finding this to be Greek to you, seek help. I say that for me, coaching came in handy. Is that what you need? Seek the help that you need. Talk to a friend, talk to a coach, talk to a counselor. Maybe you're going through a painful time and you're just wondering, Abby, what are you talking about? don't die alone. Nothing on earth that is happening in your life is happening for the first time. Somebody else has gone through it. Somebody else has already been prepared for you so that you get the help that you need. So thank you so much for joining, and let's keep on going. Let's keep on journaling. Let's keep on being grateful. And today, challenge yourself to just tell somebody, I am grateful for 1, 2, 3, something that you see in their lives or something that they do that is a blessing to you. So if you're new here, remember to subscribe to the channel. Remember to like, drop a comment. Let me know how meaningful this is for you. Encourage me by just dropping a comment, and let's just encourage each other. Let's be a community that shares. Let this not just be a monologue. Let's talk. Let's communicate. Let's share our experiences. And let's wait for the miracles and the blessings that are going to come out of this, because I can assure you, gratitude, as long as you're consistent, you will share a blessing after this. So thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Enjoy day 4 of the challenge.